if you want to start creating videos for your business at work, then a platform called Google Vids, you might not have heard of this before. It's had a major upgrade and now we can create AI powered videos for work for your business. That means things like being able to generate customer support videos, educational material for your customers, the ability to create project management videos if you want to videoify, is that a word? Videoify your SOPs and your ways of working, or even create marketing videos right in one platform, all within Google. This thing's amazing, and I want to show you a tour of it and how it actually works and how you can use it today. So when you load up Google Vids, this is the screen you're going to be met with. It gives you the option to start creating just different areas, whether you want to convert Google Slides into videos, record your own ones just from your computer, build AI avatars, generate VO3 images. We're going to go through it all. I'm going to start with a blank video so that we can get to know all the features. But of course, you can choose portrait and square modes as well if you're building for different platforms. We're just going to use the standard computer size here. So first things off, let's orientate ourselves a bit. In the top left here, you'll see we've got the name, like any Google file. We can put a name in here. I'm going to make a video to show you how useful this is that helps explain an annual accounting process. For example, if you run an accounting business or financial business, you might want a nice explainer video that you can send to your customers to explain how you operate and how you run your processes. So we'll name the file there. Then the other areas you need to be aware of in this screen are the toolbar at the top here. This is where we can do all the sort of things like animation, change colors of backgrounds, add custom styles, and just adjust the things we're working with on our screen. Then on the left-hand side, this is where things get really fun. This is where our toolbar is that we can open things up. So we've got the VO button, which allows us to open and generate AI videos from scratch or from a photo. We've got AI avatars. We can script and build AI avatars in this, which I'm going to show you how to do this quickly. We've got the voiceover function if you want to either record your own voiceover or add an AI voiceover. We've got image, which allows you to generate AI images using Google's Gemini's Nano Banana technology, which is super powerful. So we can do some cool stuff there. You can record your own inputs from your camera, whether that's a screen recording as well, or just your own voiceover if you prefer to use your voice rather than AI generated stuff. You can upload files from your computer, pictures, videos, that sort of thing. You can access stock photos as well, or stock photos, stock videos, and stock music, as well as stickers and GIFs and all sorts. So we can add some color to that as well that isn't AI generated. We can add text, so add titles, all that sort of thing that you'd be used to doing in things like PowerPoint or Google Slides. Plus, the beauty of this is there's templates in here as well. So if you don't want to start from completely blank, then we can use templates to start building off, which is cool. And shapes as well, if you want to add some shapes, arrows, all that sort of stuff in there. For me, actually, it's just so much easier to start from a template sometimes. So I'm going to select template and I'm going to actually just pick this top one will work for us nicely in this video because it's got all the elements that we can start building things in like our AI avatars to work with. So actually, I'm going to say insert all scenes, so then we can go slide by slide, start building things. And of course, you can add your own styles, colors, branding into this as well as you go, logos, all that sort of thing. So you'll see to start off with, everything is accessible on the screen, a bit like building a PowerPoint. We can click text, we can select different areas, add logos, which is super handy. You'll see things when you click on an image, for example, we have the ability to edit image. When we click on other areas, we can convert to video as well, which I'm going to walk you through all of this stuff. Now, the other thing we need for this is a script because I want some talking and some AI avatars to work from in the background. I've simply used Claude to actually just generate me a script for this example. You could use ChatGPT. You could write this yourself however you want. But essentially, we've got our script. We've got our title that we can pull across. So I'm going to add our title in here of our video. And actually, I don't really want this date in there, so I'm going to delete that. Now, early on, I don't want it to be static. So I want to jump straight in and build an AI avatar. But I kind of want to keep it in this nice shape and this sort of window into the presentation. But I can't just use this image, so I'm actually going to delete that and start fresh. Then I'm going to go and click the avatar button on the right, and this is going to open up our scenes. So basically, if you want an AI avatar, you need to do it scene by scene. You could do it from one whole script, but it's less malleable and you can't work with it and shape it through different scenes. So I'm going to go back to my script here and get our introduction. So I'll grab the introduction and then I'm going to paste it into our scene number 1 here. You'll see we're on our current scene of what we're building an avatar for, but you can also select all scenes to add our script throughout. So actually, to be honest, I might actually go and do that now. So we've got the script in there for all of our scenes. So I'll go back and I'll start selecting and just adding them all in. So every time we go through and add a scene here, we can just hit the next button, go on to the next one and place our script in there for what we're going to be doing. This is great because we can either then record our own voiceovers or use the AI avatar to do this as well. And we've got our outro just to pop in there. So actually we've got too many scenes in there, so we can go ahead and delete anything after scene 8. Let's go back to our first one, shall we? And you'll notice when you actually click through the different scenes on the bottom here, on the right hand side, your text changes as well. So you know you're always working on the right page for what you're building. So let's get into our AI avatar. In the bottom right here, you'll see the word avatar, and we can change this. So at the moment, we've got a DT, but actually there's several that we can choose from. So I've decided for this video, I actually want to pick Leo in the middle here. And you will actually get a little preview of what it sounds like as well. So we'll select Leo there. And then before you can actually generate this, you need to hit the preview button to make sure you like what it sounds like. So you can hit preview and it will create the preview based on your text. So you can make sure you're actually happy that what he's reading actually sounds good. And then it won't actually lip sync at this point because it needs to generate that. But once you're happy, you can hit generate and it will start creating your AI avatar talking through your script. Might take a few minutes to actually do this, so I'll jump back when it's ready. And so give it a couple minutes and you'll be presented with this in the middle of your screen. To be honest, it just kind of plonks it in the middle there and then we have to start working with it. Now, of course, you could just drop it in the bottom right here and leave it, but actually I want to give it a little bit more design. And to do that, we can do all sorts of things. We can give it borders and give it more formatting. But what I like to do is actually hit the crop video button and actually select a different shape. So for example, we can select this slightly rounded cornered shape and then tweak the width and the size of it. So actually say, I want this a bit more upright like that. And then just center the video in the middle there to make sure we're not missing actually his main face. And we had that sort of archway initially. So we can actually place it here, so he's in the bottom right in a sort of archway, ready to start giving our presentation. And here we go. That's our first slide created. It should be ready to actually play, and we can start seeing the avatar in action.
Every year, we guide you through your company accounts and tax returns. It might seem complex, but we've designed a clear, efficient process.
How awesome is that? We've got our first AI avatar talking through our introduction of our explainer video. So then we can move on to scene 2. So you can go to the bottom here and say, actually, we need to get our next scene ready. To be honest, this isn't close to what we really want it to be. So I'm probably actually going to delete stuff and start building things to get a bit more shape as how I want this scene. So while I design this, I'm going to go ahead and use the text tool here so that I can just add different snippets of text that I'll want in my video here. Just paste those points in that are going to accompany our voiceover and our AI avatar to align that nicely inside there. We can add a little animation to this as well. If you're adding text, you can hit the animation button below, resize it, the shape to fit text and format options as well. But I want an animation and let's just say, let's do a little typewriter scenario so we get a bit of flavor to our scene. And then also I'm going to add the AI avatar into this as well. Of course, I've got all of my script in each scene for when I want to use the AI avatar. So we're going to add that in. So again, we'll get that pop up on the screen, of which we can even animate this as well if we want it to spin or scale into the screen. We'll probably just leave it on there talking and give it, again, let's use that similar crop, shall we, to get some uniformity into the way we're working. So we'll use that same sort of structure in there and drop that down maybe as well. So it looks like it's just popping up on the screen. Now in the next section, I want to change things up a bit because this would get a bit monotonous, just him talking and some text on the screen. So for this one, again, actually, I just want to delete everything on this page because I actually don't want any of this. We're going to do something a bit different. We're actually going to go into the VO section here. This is going to allow us to generate any video we want. So you can be as creative as you want. Might be hard for you to come up with things. So actually I want to animate an image. So if we click at the top here, we go to the drop down, we click animate an image, we can turn an image into a video. I'm going to add an image here of uploading our own image of an accounting office. or just a general office. But I'm going to say something like push the camera through the scene to bring life to a working office with people concentrating on accounting. So we can actually generate that image. And again, it'll take a few seconds or minutes to actually generate this video from an image. And very quickly, it comes up with our scene, which we can actually just insert straight into our slide there. You just hit the insert button or replace video button there, and it comes straight in. Now, the only thing with this is the crop. You can see we've got the black sides to the outside of this. So you can double click on it and adjust the crop so that we can almost make the scene bigger and wider, so that when we actually play it, it brings us into the full screen of the video rather than having those black cropped edges. Now, I still want to keep some flow of our avatar through this. So again, I'm going to go and make sure we've got our scene 3 avatar included in here. Once that's generated, I actually want to change up the crop style here because I don't want the full square or rounded floating box we've had before. I just want a smaller rounded floating head here to use. So we can actually round this off slightly, centralize him in the frame, and then maybe this time we actually put him in the top right to give it a bit of variable movement in there. When we go through the video again, actually move him down a little bit. When we go through the video again, you get our avatar nicely positioned. Now, because you've noticed in this screen, we actually run out of video before we finish our script, we need to add some more information to the screen or more video. Now, if you go to the bottom left, you can hide and show timing, which shows you how long your videos are lasting for or not. So we can see our avatar video is much longer than our generated one. So we can actually add some text in here, for example. So let's say we wanted to add our text box, our rounded rectangle that we had before. We could drag this to actually start later in our scene and then add some text in there as well to make sure we're actually putting something on the screen that the user might want to read. And again, on the bottom here, we need to just scrub that down to make sure it comes in at the same length as our rectangle here, just to make sure everything lines up. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. So we'll just make this text that I've added here a bit bigger, de-italicize and bold it. And actually I might move this down the alignment, and I do want to add some title text in here as well. We could animate it as well. We'll go to the little animation area, and then on the right, we're going to slide that in. This is going to typewriting. And here we go. So now we can see this transition nicely in our video, comes through nicely. And to be honest, we could centralize this a bit more if we wanted. While we wait for our next scenes to create, I'll actually show you the image generation as well. So obviously we can generate videos how we want, but we can also do similar with images just from a prompt. We could say at the bottom right here, an image of a woman doing accounts on her laptop, spell her right, showing a spreadsheet on the screen, sat in a modern office at a desk. So we can actually generate images from prompts as well. And let's say actually we want to put it into this screen instead. So we'll change that title out as well, because this one was queries and tax optimization. We'll actually change the title there. We can say insert that image once it's generated nicely. Or one of the cool things, you can then manipulate images. You can actually edit it by asking AI to make the edits. You can obviously animate and change some format options, but we can remove background. So we can try the remove background tool here, and we just get the woman floating on her laptop for our scene here above our text. Maybe not the perfect design. Maybe we'll put it on the right hand side so it doesn't look so. We'll move the text to the top and we'll put her in the bottom right here, so the desk kind of makes a bit more sense. And you'll notice as well, there was an option to change that into a video as well. And then we can go back and add our AI voiceover as well when we're going through. The next scene you can do is actually, you can just put a full screen of your AI avatar. So I just added the AI avatar in here, gave it a nice little, I went to the text area on the right, gave it a nice little title text and put that in for a really clean page here. And I fiddle around, tidied a few bits up, but actually once you're happy with it, there's several ways that you can get this out of Google Vid. You can actually hit the share button and obviously just share the link to other people to edit and view, or you can hit play and it'll run as a full video. And you can just run the video, or you can actually hit file in the top left here, go down, export it to your Google Drive, get it as an MP4 video, so you can start publishing it on website, put it on YouTube, wherever you want. But essentially, I'll show you the final thing so you can see all the different features we put in here to create this video. Maybe throw a mark out of 10 in the YouTube comments how good you think the design and how good you think this video is. Bear in mind, I was just trying to show you the different features rather than create a masterpiece.
Every year, we guide you through your company accounts and tax returns. It might seem complex, but we've designed a clear, efficient process that makes everything straightforward. Here's exactly what happens and why each step matters. Your accounts aren't just for you. We're preparing information for several key stakeholders. Companies House needs your statutory accounts. HMRC requires accurate tax computations. Your bank may request financial statements. And if you have multiple shareholders, they all need proper reporting. That's why accuracy and compliance aren't optional. They're essential. There's an important distinction here. Your bookkeeping tracks day-to-day transactions throughout the year. Every sale, every expense, every bank movement. Your year-end accounts take that foundation and transform it into formal financial statements that meet legal and tax requirements. Think of bookkeeping as your raw data and accounts as your official story. We can't calculate your taxes until your bookkeeping is complete and accurate, which is why we start there. Before we can finalize anything, we need your data to be complete and accurate. This means all transactions recorded, all receipts accounted for, and any extractions or personal expenses properly categorized. We'll work with you to capture any tax-deductible expenses you might have missed. Good data in means accurate taxes out, and potentially significant savings for you. Once we review your books, we'll likely have questions. This is actually a good thing. We're clarifying expenses, identifying tax optimization opportunities, and making sure everything is technically sound. When we ask about specific transactions, it's because we want to ensure you're claiming everything you're entitled to, and nothing that could raise red flags. This is where our technical expertise protects your interests. Finally, we bring everything together for your review and sign-off. You'll have a chance to ask questions and understand your numbers. Once you're satisfied, we collect the necessary signatures and handle all the filings with Companies House and HMRC.